Hello people, this is Roger or 40 Splish Splash at the Button Smashers, and today we're gonna make a review and take a look into a game that is called Rive. Now, for those of you guys that are following this channel, which I think you should, then you know that I did a video from Gamescom 2016 earlier this fall, from August, when me and Adam were there. And we had a great time there, and we also met a lot of publishers and developers. And one of those developers were two tribes that have done this game called Rive. Now, I actually didn't talk with the developers themselves, but I talked with a very nice guy that is called Nils Tehoft. I hope I pronounced that right, Nils Tehoft. He's actually the writer, and the company, Two Tribes, are from the Netherlands, and so is he. And we had a great chat and a really nice interview, I think, and you can find the link in the description if you want to check out that video. It's up here on the channel. But for now, we're gonna take a look into Rive, which is supposed to be the last game that Two Tribes are doing. And it feels a bit kind of sad because I'm a late bloomer when it comes to the games of Two Tribes, but playing Rive, which I put quite some time into, makes me want to smile, puts a smile on my face. I want to say that straight away. First of all, I grew up by playing a lot of these kind of shooter games. Well, I mean, the older shooter games, and I'm talking back to the Atari console and the Amiga. You know, I still have that computer in my basement. I have to set it up sometimes. So when I got into this, I mean, this is of course much more modern kind of shooter in every aspect. But Two Tribes have succeeded to implement, you know, the good kind of things from old games, the older generation of shooter games, but also, you know, take it to a new level and put in things that are, you know, 2016, so to speak, which brings a lot of joy into the actual gameplay. I'm playing this on PC and I'm using a PS4 controller, and it works really well. I couldn't see an option though if you want to change the customization of the actual controller settings. I mean, you get used to it. For me it was, maybe I would have put it a bit different, you know, when it comes to the buttons and sticks and all, but it works well, and it makes sense, so it's all good there. And I also want to say a good thing also with this game is that it's quite challenging, meaning that when you get to the first boss and even further on into the game, you will definitely have a hard time just to get in there and, yeah, I'm gonna smack this boss down in the first attempt. That usually does not happen in Rive, which I think is a good thing, because nowadays, and this is like an overall general kind of thought I've had, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with the genre as well, but it's very often nowadays that a lot of games are too easy. And I think that's kind of sad, because we need challenges. It should be that easy. You know, it should be something that we can come back to, maybe a level that we have a hard time to beat the first day, but the second day we come back and we're like, come on, and let's do that and fix it and go further into the game. And I think that's very important. We shouldn't always have things that are so, you know, when there's no friction, so to speak. So that is also, at least for me, a very positive thing about this game, that you actually have to become good playing it. So thank you Two Tribes for doing a game also that gives you a challenge, but also give you good rewards. But because it's very rewarding when you actually beat those bosses and get further into the game, as I said before, and also start to unlock new features and stuff. So Rive is a metal-wrecking robot hacking shooter, and it's a 360-degree shooter platformer hybrid, and it lets you choreograph a dance of destruction in insanely spectacular battles and set pieces. Rive feels like the explosive games of yore, pumping megapixels in true 21st century style. That's what it said about the game, and I see on Steam it has a lot of positive comments, and I think that's gorgeous because it deserves it. And the thing also that I want to say about the game, as you can see, it looks very good. The menu is good. It's easy to navigate. It's no hassle, so to speak. The sound design is also good. I like the sounds, the explosions. Again, it's very colorful. You can see that on the screen right now. And this all together brings a very nice experience to it. And also the story is very well presented in the game and it gets you interested. So I think Nils again have done a really good job here doing that, you know, because even though this is a shooter and most is about the action when you're playing, I think still it's very important to have a story that backs it up properly. And there's a lot of things and variation in the game, which is kind of sweet, because you will fight on land, underwater, in zero gravity, and you can also fight on a moving train. What you can do is also to hack and control your enemies. As you saw here, I had like a turret that I hacked that could help me. I could also have a kind of health, or a nurse, you might say, that is close to me, giving me health. It's not a nurse, but I think you know what I mean. Anyways, so you can also upgrade your spider tanks, special attacks, armor, and loot magnet. And this is also kind of cool because that gives you different options, which might come in handy, especially when you're meeting the bosses that would take you a lot of effort to beat, as I said before. Now, this campaign is a 6 hours plus campaign, and it's voiced by Mark Dodson, known from Star Wars and Gremlins. Besides the campaign, you can also prove your mettle in the extra speedrun and the single credit modes. So the conclusion is that True Tribes has managed to make a very interesting, good shooter with good mechanics, good visuals and good audio, and a very good storyline as well. So altogether it's a very sweet package for those of you that are interested in these kind of games. It's now available on Steam for about 15 euros, and I think that's a good price for this very beautiful game. Now, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to the Button Smashers channel. This was Roger for the Splish Splash. I hope you will have an awesome day. Let's play some Rive. Don't forget to subscribe to this wonderful YouTube channel, and also get into the buttonsmashers.com and check out the great articles, reviews, videos. It's all about gaming, anime, film, whatever. So, and we have some great podcasters on this site as well. So go there, check it out, and become a part of the family.